Early data indicates that it is likely more transmissible. We know that reports in places like South Africa and other countries are reports of milder cases, but that doesn't tell us that it's going to be milder on a population basis.
The state health department warning about the discovery of the Omicron coronavirus variant. The state's first known case was identified yesterday in a Kent County resident. Thanks for joining us for the news at 5. I'm Meg McLeod. David is off. The news comes as the state battles record COVID hospitalizations and strained, understaffed hospitals. Tonight, the state of Michigan is reporting more than 11,000 new cases of COVID and 235 deaths since data was last released on Wednesday. 151 of those deaths were identified during a vital records review. That brings the state's overall totals to more than 1.38 million cases and deaths to 25,080. Although we still don't know much about the Omicron variant, TV5's James Belton reports Michigan health officials are urging more residents to get vaccinated and get their booster shot if they're eligible.
We can't share specifics about that individual, but I can tell you that it was a mild illness.
Dr. Natasha Bagdasarian talking about the first case of the Omicron variant identified in the state. The chief medical executive for the state of Michigan says there is still a lot to learn about the new variant.
We need to see what this means for our population here. What does it mean for people who are immunocompromised? What does it mean for people who have other underlying conditions or who are over the age of 65? And we don't understand those questions yet.
During a virtual press conference today, Bagdasarian made another push for residents to get vaccinated.
As we think about how to prepare for Omicron, the most vital thing to do is for us to get our vaccination rates up.
According to the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services, the weekly positive COVID case rate is as high as it's ever been. Cases are higher than this time last year. The number of COVID patients in hospitals is at an all-time high, and 87 people died from COVID-19 each day in the past week. And while Bagdasarian says waning immunity is a factor in the latest COVID surge, she tells us this spike is being fueled by the unvaccinated.
76% of our hospitalized COVID patients were unvaccinated. 87% of COVID patients in ICUs were unvaccinated, and 88% of COVID patients on ventilators were unvaccinated.
And even though COVID cases are moving in the wrong direction, MD-HHS Director Elizabeth Hertel gave this answer when asked if any new restrictions were on the horizon.
Masking is important while we go through trying to achieve our herd immunity through vaccinations. But vaccinations are the absolute best tool that we have.
56% of state residents are fully vaccinated. That's below the national average. Bagdasarian says low vaccination rates in younger people and in certain areas of the state are bringing that number down.
Those are the communities and the age groups who are most at risk. So we're at a critical point right now, and we need to get people vaccinated.
James Felton, WNEM, TV5.
The CDC reports of the 43 known Omicron cases here in the U.S., one vaccinated person was treated in a hospital for 2 days, and so far, no deaths have been reported. Researchers say the Delta variant is still the dominant strain in the U.S.